I Am Setsuna is a callback to old school JRPGs in a big way. It has been compared to greats like Chrono Trigger due to the nature of its battle system, and the story of this game is brilliant. I personally can't say that this game reaches the level of Chrono Trigger, but I loved it. The review of this I Am Setsuna copy is for the Nintendo Switch. The game runs at a smooth 30 frames per second, and although lower than its counterparts on other consoles, it is still a beautiful experience. The landscapes are colored with paint-like texture, and adds to the overall ambiance of the game. The characters look great, and I love the look of all the small towns. I would not consider the Nintendo Switch version to be a downgrade at all, as I could hardly tell the difference. Plus, I got to carry the game around with me on the go. Now, the story time at I Am Setsuna is brilliant. I immediately connected with the characters and really enjoyed seeing each of their journeys unfold. I will keep this review spoiler free, but I will say that the overall tone of the story is sad and gives you a lot to think about. I had mixed feelings throughout my gameplay about the main mission and hopes that I could somehow change Setsuna's fate. Very few current JRPGs have gripped me this way with character presentation and character development. The very reason I'm so passionate about games today is JRPGs. Turn-based battle systems are extremely fun to me, and the more immersive, the better. I enjoy the battle system in this game, and despite the fact that it explains literally nothing to you, I eventually figured out enough to begin ending fights in just one shot. That being said, there were some serious flaws. First was the fact that you're simply left to your own devices to figure out the battle system. I also had issues early on in the game with the fact that character commands were not always very clear, and I was sometimes confused about who was doing what, and casting anything on any character seemed really cumbersome. Later on in the game I got the hang of it, but I wonder how many struggled longer into this title than I did. I really wanted this game to have some type of map as well. I felt lost a few times along the way, and I also got upset a few times as I realized that there was no record of what I was supposed to do next. Perhaps a better quest log would have added to my experience. I love to power level on these games, and if you power level for a few hours and then forget, who you were supposed to be talking to, then you may have a little bit of a hard time trying to get back on track. I Am Setsuna is a game that it had been buried under many different other games since its release on other consoles. Having released on the Switch gave me a golden opportunity to dig into this title by taking it with me everywhere, and I have to say that I loved it. The piano theme music was inspiring, and everything seemed to work together in the presentation of this wonderful story of hope through pain and sacrifice. Despite the issues I had with this title, I think it's great, and if you haven't already played I Am Setsuna and you own a Switch, this is a great title for your library. 25 to 30 hours of a wonderful story and a very intriguing, fast-paced combat system that feels very satisfying.